Hey everyone, welcome back to another one of our monthly market updates. This market update is for the Arizona real estate market for the month of September in the year 2023. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about all the numbers, what's happening in the Arizona real estate market, what's going up, what's coming down, and what it means to you. Hi everyone, I'm Katie Evans, owner and lead agent of the Living 48 real estate team here in Arizona. And yes, we are back for another one of our monthly market updates, real estate market updates. And boy, oh boy, do we have a bunch to talk about today. So hopefully we're going to answer all of your questions. Of course, if we don't, I would love it if you would send us a message, put it in the comments below. If you're watching this anywhere, really, you can just DM us, send us a message. If you're in YouTube, we love a like and a subscribe and a click on that bell. If you are on social media, just make sure that you give us a thumbs up, maybe a little comment. We appreciate all the support that you guys can give us. But let's go ahead. We're going to dive right into the numbers, what has been happening in the Arizona real estate market, and really, what does it mean to you? So give me a hot second while I pull up my market factoids for you. Hopefully you can see that right there on your screen, but let's just jump into the numbers. Okay, supply. Our supply number has gone up just a little bit. We went from 1.9 months worth of inventory up to 2.2 months worth of inventory. So I want to pause right there and have just, I'm so sorry, supply. I'm going to pause right there and I want to talk about these inventory and supply numbers and what it means, okay? Traditionally, so if you've been kind of following the real estate market for quite some time, you know that the traditional numbers that indicate like a buyer's market versus a balanced market versus a seller's market have been thus. Okay, so a buyer's market was typically when we had anywhere from 4 to 6 months worth of inventory or supply. A seller's market was anything from 0 to 4 months worth of inventory and supply. And the traditional buyer's market, I'm sorry, the first one was a balanced market. 4 to 6 months was balanced market. I can't see my paper very good without my glasses. So 4 to 6 is balanced, but 6 months plus is typically indicatory of a buyer's market. Now, that's kind of old school rules. That's before our market went crazy. That's before everything. So we've been tracking this for we've been tracking it for forever. But we've been seeing that the consumer sentiment and kind of how everybody responds to the market has dramatically shifted. So we're going to start talking about some new kind of expectations for what is what kind of a market. So today's kind of valuations or measurements. This is really more how the market and the consumer is responding to things. So if we're looking for a balanced market, we're kind of looking at, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. I tried. We're looking at anywhere around three months worth of inventory is going to be sort of that balanced market. So if we look at a seller's market, it's going to be 2 months and less. And then to really be in a buyer's market, we're going to need to have, just more than the 3 months. So it's kind of 3 months and up is more of that buyer's market. So what does that mean to you? Obviously, if we look at these numbers that I'm sharing with you right now, that 1.9 to 2.2 months worth of inventory, we're going to call it a weak seller's market. And this is kind of statewide numbers. So again, going to just kind of hammer home to you again that microeconomics very much apply to real estate. So while I'm giving you numbers that really apply to the whole state of Arizona as a whole, your neighborhood has its own little microcosm, and we've got to look at how quick things are moving there and how much inventory is there, or your city. So there's more to this than just the numbers that I'm giving you, but this gives you a general overview of what's happening in our state. So supply, We went from 1.9 to 2.2 months of, months worth of supply. Inventory, and remember, one is done on a 30-day basis, one is done on an annual basis. Inventory went from 55 to 66 days. Totally normal. This is very in line with seasonality. It's great to see seasonality back in our market. We had several years where throw that out the window, it meant nothing. Our active days on market right now went down one day from 86 to 85 days on market. Our closed days on market also went down one day from, one day from 58 days to 57 days. So, Katie, why the discrepancy between those two numbers? Great question. Active days on market, that means that they haven't gone under contract yet. Why? Well, you could be in an outlier area where it takes longer to get things sold. You could be a luxury home that takes longer to sell. You could have overpriced your house and it's just not getting sold. Close days on market, I mean, that's 30 days less. So let's make sure that we, again, are diving into the expectations for your specific area, your specific type of property. And then, of course, guys, we've had this conversation for several months, but the buyers need to have something that is move-in ready. They do not, with the amount of money that they're having to spend nowadays to purchase a home, in the form of interest rates and affordability, they do not have the extra funds to go in and fix up your home. So you need to have it market ready if you want to sell it. Otherwise, we're looking at cash offers. We're looking at investor offers. They are still out there, but they're not beautiful. So you need to be aware of that if you're the seller. And buyers, you need to be aware of the fact that you need to be well prepared to buy these houses. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. Our 30-day sold price per square foot actually went up just a titch, doesn't really even count, to $283.08 a square foot. And then if we just jump ahead to our average sold is going to be $555,998. Our median sold over the last 30 days, $435,000. So, guys, that's our affordability. That's what you're looking at. That's where we're buying things right now. All right, let's just jump down to appreciation because we're going to have a quick conversation about appreciation, and then I will wrap this video up so that you don't have to listen to me all day long. All right, you're going to see some numbers down there in red, and I want you to take note of those numbers, but I also want you to understand what those numbers mean. All right, we have been talking forever. Everybody keeps saying, oh, we're waiting for shadow inventory. We're waiting for the market to drop. We're waiting for this. We're waiting for that. We're waiting, da, 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 da. And you're starting to see some red numbers on my sheet here. And what that means to you is what is really, really happening. If we look at how high we went and how low we fell, and I'm gonna kind of superimpose another picture on this. In fact, so let me stop the share so that I have room on my slide to share the scripture with you. I'm sorry, not scripture. That got churchy fast. This picture with you of a not to scale graph that we were discussing in our market update meeting in the office yesterday. So what you're going to be able to see on this photo is it's kind of a long picture here, but you're going to see the market when it jumped way super high and we were in a bubble, and then the floor dropped out from underneath us, and kind of where we're going, where we've been, and what's happening and trending right now. We went so fast and we went so high that really us coming back down just a little bit, and these numbers are not big numbers. So you're looking at in the last 30 days, negative 0.7% appreciation, and in the last 12 months, negative 1.1% appreciation. Well, when you are experiencing the crazy appreciation that we've been experiencing over the last couple of years, all this means to you is that we are just starting to flatten out. And we're going to see a few more months of this flattening out. Again, this is bringing our market back into a healthy place. So if you look at this photo that I'm going to put up here for you, you're going to see that we're just trying to get back to our trend line. We're just trying to get back to what is a healthy market. As the inventory rises and the normal ebb and flow of that means that when inventory rises, prices come down. Well, as that happened, you're going to see more buyers coming out of the woodwork to buy, which then is going to increase demand again. And that's going to drive the numbers back up. So really, we're just playing this little balancing act right now. There really isn't any shadow inventory. There isn't anything that tells us that the market is going to fall. So my best advice to you is that historically, real estate has always been a great investment, and there is no bad time to buy the right piece of real estate. So we're going to make good, smart choices and decisions. We're not going to get caught up in a frenzy. We're not going to make, dumb decisions because we're afraid, all that. But a part of not making dumb decisions is not waiting for a situation or an interest rate or a price point again that in reality is probably not going to happen in any kind of a time frame that is going to be of benefit to you. So let's make good real estate decisions. If you guys would like to have further conversations around this and our numbers, or if you have any additional questions, please, like I said, send us over an email, send us over a message, put a question down in the comments. We'd love to reach out to you and let you know what we can do to help or how we can best help you get that question answered. So as always, we're here to be a resource for you. Please feel free to buzz on over to our website, which is www.living48realestate.com, or you can email me directly at Katie, Katie, at living, living, the number 4, the number 8, re, like realestate.com. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you on our next monthly market update.